Why, hello, friends, and good evening, and welcome to something a little off the beaten path, a little unusual for us. This is I guess I'm running this Chance of TBD?
Yeah, I guess you are.
Erica, I don't know how you do all of the TBDs. I'm bad at spelling. So, yeah, anyway, we're just going to move past that entirely and hope no one notices me floundering. But this very special episode, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to play a solo role-playing game, and you may be confused because there are 4 of us here. It's not because I'm bad at counting. It's because I'm bad at counting. But this is a game called Artefact, spelled with an E, because it's a cool game. Written and published by Mousehole Press by Jack Harrison. He's more or less a one-man band. This is designed to be a solo game, a more meditative kind of solo game. But tonight we're going to be playing as a group, using this as sort of a RP world building exercise. But also it's kind of low key. It's chill. It's like lazy exercise. It's the part of yoga where you, like, after you do all the yoga, you're supposed to like relax and feel yourself breathe, and I always fell asleep. That's beside the point. Yeah, if you are interested in tagging along with us or playing your own sort of flavor of game, if you do !play along, it will pull up a link that takes you to Mousehole Press, where you can you can purchase the game. It's $10, or you can, if $10 is a little much for you right now, grab the community copy, play along. We'll have a great time. Yeah, just enjoy the vibes. This is a vibes evening. Couple of other things that Jack has made that I'm kind of interested in. Let me rewind. Artifact, we are building a tool. We are building an object and following that object through history. We are less concerned with the people who hold the artifact, though they are important. We are concerned with the object itself and what deeds it has done. This is a great way if you want to make a sentient or a magic item with a long history. This is a wonderful game to play and just kind of come up with things. It can also be used to just kind of zone out and zen out. You can make any kind of object, including a sword, a shield. We will be using a staff for this particular stream. We'll be making a staff. But
A stick.
A big magical stick. But you could do something like the charm, the footwear. If you want to make a badass pair of boots, or just a regular pair of boots that's just traveled around a lot.
Or a silly pair of boots.
You can build an automaton. You can build a deck, like a deck of many things or something like that. All of these are things that you can do, so just letting the game kind of guide you. Jack Harrison has made other games. Bucket of Bolts is basically the sci-fi version of this, where you build a spaceship and you follow this spaceship through time and through space and whatever kind of trials and tribulations that might run into. There are 2 other ones that he has written. Orbital, where you and several friends, in sort of a GM-less situation, are building a spaceship and protecting this spaceship, and very much a group of exiles, dispossessed folks on the edge of society, building their own sort of civilization together. And on the complete opposite note, The Slow Knife, where, for those of you who have read The Count of Monte Cristo, and the
Isn't that a sandwich?
decades-long path of revenge against the villain there. You play as the villain, watching these schemes unfold and catch you in them. And at the very end, you come face to face with your betrayer, with who you have betrayed. A little different. We're vibing today. But both of those games are also on Mousehole Press. He's working on a new game called Kariko, which is a tarot card driven 1 year in the life of an urban witch, which that's really all I know from the Kickstarter page. He did not tell me any other information about it. He told me I didn't have to plug it, but I'm gonna plug it because Solo games are really cool, especially ones that are flexible like Artifact. One last piece of shameless plugging I have to do. There are audio tracks that come with the PDF. There are audio tracks you can also stream on... What is the web page? Oh, God. Shit. There will be a website where you can stream the audio if you don't have a place to download it. We will be using that audio this evening. That is from a gentleman by the name of Christopher Michael Roberts. His information, his Bandcamp is available on the website. Go listen to his stuff. Go support other cool artists doing cool artist things. Josh and Rachel, not Rachel. Oh God,
That's not Rachel.
Josh and Erica. Listen, Erica's in Rachel's spot on my Discord screen, and like it's thrown me for a loop. Chris is now just a large purple square in the bottom corner, and I don't know what to do with my life. But Josh and Erica, you guys basically have no idea what we're stumbling into.
Not a clue. Super excited for it.
I skimmed it yesterday.
Xilus.
I didn't even do that.
Xilus will be doing our art. We'll be live drawing the staff as we create it. This game takes about an hour. This will probably take longer because we're gonna get derailed like we always do. But that being said, any questions before we start, friends?
I mean, so many questions.
Great. None that are important.
Okay. So, key important concepts of this thing. There is the item, that is us as a kind of a collective, the object, the staff. I'm on to you, Callus. That's a clever pun.
I saw it too.
This is a little more loosey-goosey, so I'm going to be watching the chat. Behave yourselves, children.
They never do.
Anyway, the item, that is kind of us. We are the collective object. The keeper. The keeper is whoever holds us for as long as they do. It could be a day, a week, a month, a year, decades, centuries, eons. However long this object remains at rest. But we follow the keepers, and that's a lot of who we are making as the keepers, and how we shape the keepers, and the keeper shapes us. But all items will outlive their keepers. Death, bestowal, carelessness, the object will sit and rest. And depending on how we kind of vibe our way through this, things may happen. We may change because we have not moved. As these things are kind of happening. And eventually, when we choose how much time has passed, a new keeper will find us, and we will change again. But first, we need to develop some traits. We need to make our artifact. Typically, we would go through and choose these. We have already made our choice. We have chosen the staff. Hello, Mr. Stankfoot. No, Mr. Kurtwise this evening. Though I do have good news that I've heard rumblings that he is alive and well and may be returning at some point. Sneaky teaser. Anyway, the staff. You were formed through a mysterious ritual by a powerful wizard. What did they look like? Describe them, the nature of their magic, and the ritual that brought us forth.
Describe the wizard?
Yeah.
Big beard, tall, pointy hat.
Great big bushy beard. Okay, great.
I mean, that's just from Lord of the Rings.
Okay. All right, big beardy looking guy.
I bet he wears slippers.
Definitely has
all the time.
Slippers, comfortable. just vibing in a bathrobe.
He's a comfy wizard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what kind of magic would he? What kind of magic are we used for? Are we a comfy magic? Are we?
See, because he's comfy, it should be like not comfy magic. He just exists in a state of comfort, making weapons of mass destruction.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mass, not destruction, mass discomfort.
Yes.
Yes, just discomfort.
WMD, weapon of mass discomfort. So what does that ritual look like to create a weapon of mass discomfort? Was this just like a, hi, I'm in my wizard tower and I'm really tired of having to I got a bad bedbug infestation and I'm just over it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot
sick of itching.
That being said, I think it's a lot of small, tiny pieces. It's like you shatter a glass.
Oh no. Okay.
In those little fragments that you can't get up.
All the little tiny. What's the Japanese art style of taking something that's broken and putting it back together, but using gold instead?
That one, yeah. I don't know what it's called.
Yes. The actual artist jumps in with the actual knowledge. Thank you. Yeah. So very.
I dabble.
So what is it? So is the staff made of glass, or is that just the vibe of it?
Yeah, I think it starts as being formed through these shards of glass.
Okay. What do you mean starts? That's the beginning of the ritual, or?
Yeah, I think that's the first ingredient into the pot.
Okay. We're gonna Scottish play this and just dump everything into a pot and see what happens. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's another good ingredient? Josh? What's something that makes you really just physically is it just physical discomfort, or is it all manner of is it emotional?
Oh,
is
just
it
what's uncomfortable?
This conversation, me asking you questions.
Oh man, there should be something uncomfortable. Something uncomfortable. There should be a tag that hangs from it that just says we need to talk.
Oh no. Oh no, I hate that I like that. I hate that I love that so much. Just is this a breakup staff? Is this the wizard being like, whatever, she dumped me?
100%.
Okay, great. This is the revenge breakup staff. Oh, what this is absolutely the kind of top tier petty wizard shit that Gandalf doesn't do this. It's I'm too good for literally everyone around me. I'm too good to be uncomfortable. So instead of being uncomfortable, I'm just going to put all the discomfort into a stick. Okay.
This is therapy.
Examine, if you will, the therapy stick. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, he's just. I like to think that he's is walking around pulling out drawers of his partner's belongings and just dumping them into a pot. It's just
Yes.
every once in a while there's this big plume of a different color smoke. What else goes in there? Also, I'm gonna have the original keeper broke up with his partner because I'd be assuming heteronormativity is wrong. We're not doing that here. Yeah, we got ourselves a gay wizard. So gay wizard breakup. What else goes in?
I got nothing.
For we're sticking with that theme.
Sand.
Sand?
And
Oh.
It is, in fact. Maybe he doesn't dump in glass initially. It just turns that's the sand is sort of the base ingredient, and it becomes the glass.
I was picturing the glass from a broken picture frame.
Oh, never mind. That's way better. That's so much better. Never mind. Ignore me. Okay.
I think he has to raid the fridge next. Pulls out the oat milk that was left behind.
Oh no.
What's the oat milk gonna do?
It's not going to be in the fridge anymore. That's what it's going to. That's what the hell it's
No,
going to be.
because he prefers almond milk.
It's the compromise portion of.
Yes, it's the. Oh no, yeah.
He pulls out all of the things that he compromised on. To.
I think that and is it just the things that? Yeah, all the compromises, all the. Yeah, the oat milk that he started drinking because his partner demanded it, and he secretly kind of likes it now, and is just like, I'm over it.
How do you put milk in a stick?
It's all magic, my dude. It's all going in a pot.
Oh, yeah, okay. Magic milk stick. Got it.
Magical milk stick. I hate that.
Hate everything about that.
Keep moving.
I can't. My brain is. There's so many like jokes that I cannot make because they're literally slander. We're moving on. Okay. Oh no, my next prompt is not helping. So all these things got poured into it. All of these compromises, all of these decisions, 10 years of decision, 10 years of shared experience, or 15, 20. How long were the gay wizards together?
I don't know. How long do wizards last?
Yeah.
What's their expiration date?
Longer than some oat milk. A couple centuries. Like.
I think this was a.
I don't know.
Let's
I
go
think
7.
Yeah.
7's a good number.
7's a good number.
7 years of cohabitating, being dumped into a pot, and hungover, just angrily cursed at making this staff. What is a trait of this? Like we kind of covered the trait, but this is sort of like a adjective, a descriptor that pinpoints. Like when you hold it up, you go, this object, this like for this sword is a flaming sword. This staff is a uncomfortable staff.
Thank.
I don't know. Words are hard.
Yeah.
Vengeful.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like vengeful.
Ooh, vengeful's good. Vengeful's good.
Petty. Because they're really close, and I don't think we could have both. I feel like one there's a very specific like.
Whichever one's more judgmental.
Petty.
It's a judgy staff.
And again, petty and judgmental. We could do both.
I like petty judgmental staff.
Petty, uncomfortable, and judgmental. Perfect. Yes. I think collectively we've given ourselves license to just be catty bitches for the rest of this game.
That's
Okay.
very meditative so far. I think we're on the. I think we're
It's
doing it right.
cathartic. um, okay, couple of other questions because that was all just that wasn't even a question. That was just like the first 3 blocks on the text. Questions about the artifact. Over time, you gain a name or an honorific. What is it, and why?
Don't everybody speak up at once.
I feel like
What's a good
Some- what's the name that he used to call his partner? What is that?
Ooh.
Oh God.
That's tough.
I'm thinking like I'm going more alchemist than wizard, but like like the catalyst, the reagent, the like now my brain is just like the spite stick. Call it the spite stick.
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Spite stick.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, say it. There are no wrong answers.
I was hoping an answer would form as I said, "What about?" To be honest. I was stalling for time.
They're pretentious. They're big, boisterous people, and this was pure. This was petty. This was done in a fit of emotion, which wizards don't normally get into. Where do they land? Names for things are hard.
Names
Yeah.
for things are hard. I think it should be a confusing name. And because he's a hairy wizard, a hairy gay wizard, it needs the word bear in it.
Okay. Staff of bears.
It's a staff of
Honestly,
bear
just the
slaying,
staff
you
of
know,
bears.
you know what
Just
I
the
mean?
staff of
You
bears.
slay some bears with this, just not that kind of bear.
Staff of bear slaying. Staff of.
I think the staff of bear judgment.
The unbearable stick of shame.
The unbearable staff. Let's do the unbearable staff.
I'll go with that.
There we go. The unbearable staff. That's such a good yeah, and then someone's like, "Yeah, I can carry this wherever," and then you just feel eyes on the back of your head always. Dear, you're slipping your milk again. So staff was made. What did we think of our What did we think of the wizard who made us?
What did the staff think of the wizard?
Yeah, we are the staff in this case. What did the staff think of this wizard?
Well, if the staff is made of a bunch of his ex's possessions, it probably didn't like the wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, or especially the wizard didn't like us because he was like, "Fuck!" I got real mad and hung over.
It went from one bad relationship to another. You know what I mean?
So he just threw the staff in like a closet somewhere and just left it, just abandoned.
Yeah.
Sorry, just writing these down because they may come in handy later.
How dare you write things down?
Left in like a broom closet, or just like a place where we shouldn't, where a staff should not be.
Would he just have thrown it somewhere random? Not even in his house.
Just like chucked it out the window of his tower. I like that. Yeeted by Creator. Left in the woods. Or is this tower in the woods? Is this tower in the desert, in the mountains? Where's this wizard tower?
Towers can be in lots of places.
Where do you want this tower to be, Josh? You spoke up, so I'm making it a pointed question.
Towers in the ocean. That's what I rolled for.
Ocean, got it. Okay, cool. So this staff just floats around in the ocean. Is there one place in particular that this staff has ended up?
In the ocean or after the ocean?
Well, like you just traveled around. Actually, am I fucking this up? I might be fucking this up.
Oh, I don't know. Because I've never done this before.
Because yeah, we formulate all the item questions. Da, 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 da. Three traits, surrounding properties, draw the item, make your change big enough. Answer the opening questions. Okay, so I think with the object being thrown out of the tower, we can look at our first keeper. We'll start there, I think. So our first keeper. Who do we want to find this staff as it's floating around in the ocean? A folk hero, a young noble, a rogue without a master, or a revolutionary leader.
Ooh.
I can give descriptors of any of those if you would like.
So we want a spiteful folk hero or a spiteful revolutionary leader?
Folk hero is wholesome, helpful, and a little naive.
But we could make him spiteful.
We could.
With a stick.
We could. Or a revolutionary
Your item
leader.
can corrupt whoever your keeper is and
Correct.
such. So
I like this.
Do we want to ruin some poor like folk hero's life?
Yeah.
I mean, always.
This was, I thought this was going to be way more wholesome than it's turned into, but I should have known
When
better.
have we ever been wholesome?
Briefly, for like
Sir,
moments at a
come
time. Never in sequence, but there are moments.
Short ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I just picture folk hero out on like their first adventure on a ship and sees this like is like cleaning the ocean, taking all the trash out.
Team C's.
His first adventuring job is dredging up trash.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Adventuring
everybody's
doesn't
first
pay as well as
adventuring job?
garbage.
So
They're in a union.
he's a teamster. Okay, so we get picked up by this folk hero, this young kid, young-ish. How young? Erica, you seem to have a mental picture in your head.
Like teenager, kind of like this is his first journey.
Still got freckles, like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Floppy
Young.
hair.
Oh, like dirty blonde, like bowl cut.
Yep.
Like, oh, perfect, perfect. I already imagined this little poor page boy. And we get dredged up off the surface. Do we sink? Do we float?
I feel like it's
'Cause
like
he's
half
heavy.
floating. Like there's
Is there like the top is kind of that glass, and then is the
Yeah.
bottom is heavier?
I don't think it would float, but I don't think it would sit on the bottom either. What's the middle of that?
Drift.
Does that even exist?
Yes.
Buoyant.
Buoyant.
My
What a
stick
word.
is my staff is neutrally buoyant. I gotta stop saying stick tonight.
Okay. That was a choice to say.
I
We're talking about
corrected
my
it.
stick.
Okay, so we are dredged up by this folk hero. We're not going to name him because he's not important right now. But he is wholesome, helpful, and a little naive.
As all folk heroes are.
What does the village that he works to protect, what does it look like? What's it like?
Well, he's a little baby, small, maybe like 12 houses.
Okay.
And a bar. And they all pretty much live at the bar. The houses are just because.
The houses are places to sleep. Okay. I like that. I've been to the town you're talking about, Josh. It's called Covington. Okay, so kid bring. What are we protecting? What does the kid protect the village from?
Oh. Protecting the village, and it's completely unrelated to our spiteful wizard.
Not necessarily. It could be related.
Is the kid protecting the village from the judgmental evil bear that got kicked out of the tower?
Oh, it's an actual bear now. Okay.
Well, no, he's a bear.
Polymorph.
Oh no, what a curse. What a curse.
I don't know. I don't have any other ideas.
I don't like that. He's a werebear.
He's a werebear. He's an angry werebear.
I mean, how much time has passed? Was this
How much
breakup
time-
recent?
How much time has
is the
passed?
bear
You
angry?
tell me.
I don't know.
Make something up.
If he's angry, it should be fresh.
Okay.
Within a year.
Okay. Within a year. So you float around in the ocean for about a year. And get dredged up. So we're protecting this village from an angry bear. An angry werebear. How do we help them protect the village in a crisis, in one particular crisis? What do we do as a uncomfortable and petty and judgmental staff?
Just glare at things. That's what I usually go for. I don't know. Our staff isn't that super yet. Right now, it's just
Josh,
judgmental.
This is the part where we make things up.
Right.
How do we help save the day?
With a judgmental staff.
Have you guys seen the video going around of the mud wizard versus the police?
What?
The Mud Wizard?
I
Alright,
have.
well, I'm gonna have to send you guys some things.
He's a wizard.
Yes.
Basically, as far as I know, the story was that there was a protest against some kind of environmental trashing, and so I think it was German police used water cannons and created just a massive field of mud, and none of them could get out of it. They were all stuck and falling over, and then there's this one guy dressed as a wizard who just comes over and like shoves the cops over and
He
harasses
walked
them
on the
while they're trying to get out.
like Legolas walking on the snow. Like he was unfazed by this mud, and everybody's just stuck in it.
It was great. So I feel like that could be pretty freaking petty. Just creating impassable terrain.
That is petty.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like surrounding the town in this moat of mud. Yeah, that does sound pretty uncomfortable to me.
A motive.
Mud is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we spend time defending this village. What?
Making mud.
Making mud, yes. Now, do we want to fall? Do we want to be triumphant? Or do we want to sort of fall away into neglect? What is the next step for us? Do we begin to change and be less petty, or is that like do good things, or do unfortunate things happen to us?
I think the pettiness evolves. It gets worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
The staff is just getting more and more evil by the day.
Everybody thanked the hero for using the staff, but nobody thanked the staff.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the staff knows.
Okay. So we can choose an option from the list below, or Josh, if you want to roll a d6 for me.
Oh, D6, I can do that. Unless people want to pick, but I got a 4.
Powerful
for?
magic has a toll.
Oh,
We corrupted our keeper, causing malaise, sickness, and
Yes.
eventually death. Was this ruination intentional?
yes.
I think
Because
absolutely.
nobody
yes.
thanked
Yes.
the staff.
Nobody thanked the staff, and this kid's just too good, goddamn wholesome, and we can't allow it. Can't have that.
That's what you get, kids. Thank your
Yes.
staff.
So, now we change something about the staff. We can change a trait. We can change the physical appearance. We can change... Oh, I'm sorry. We should have done more of these artifact questions. Fuck. We can change a trait, a detail about the physical appearance of the item, a response to one of the artifact questions, which we really just did. What did we come to think of our wielders and our title? Or we can change something about the world.
We can change anything.
Anything. This is
About
very
the people,
this is
the
very
world, or the staff. Oh man.
Yep. We can change one of our words. We can change from petty to vindictive.
Yeah.
Yeah, should it get worse?
Yeah.
I think so.
It has to get worse.
Oh, this is gonna be a bad time.
I mean, we kind of just destroyed this
This-
once rosy
Rosie
giggling child.
What a cute boy. He had high hopes. He was gonna marry the mayor's daughter. Full like Wheel of Time
Yep.
everything's gonna go great. And he was like, I'm the chosen one. And then we killed him.
Yes.
I like to
Okay.
think it was not an easy death either.
No.
Oh, of course not. Why would it be easy? Okay, so we do that. We do the artifact question.
Does the staff eventually learn to talk? I feel like it needs to eventually learn to talk.
We are a sentient. We are a sentient leader. Yes.
I was gonna say, has anyone ever bothered to try talking to the staff? Probably not.
Not yet.
Well,
I mean, I guess we can answer one of the other questions. Mortals puzzle over the meaning of their short lives, but you see your own purpose with crystal clarity. What are you driven towards? And have you ever had cause to question that purpose?
I don't think the staff would question itself. It's too spiteful.
yeah. It's like this is
But
why
I don't know what its purpose should be. What does the staff want?
What do we want? Because we are the stick. We are the staff. Gotta stop saying that.
I think we want the world to be as uncomfortable as we are.
I suffer, so must you.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
This is not what I was expecting this to go. I was expecting this to be a lot more calming.
It's very calming.
Okay. So we are lost as as the keeper dies, as this young, youthful boy wizened over. I feel like we age him really quickly. Like the pictures of someone the Dalai Lama always looks kind of happy and cheerful, but the people that just are like petty and spiteful always carry that weight. What happens to us after we die? What happens to us after our little folk hero dies?
The stick?
What happens to the unbearable staff?
Ooh.
I think it's buried with him.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's kind of.
Oh, that's
That's awful. I hate it.
Yeah, that's bad. Yep.
And,
Got some grave robbing in
Being
the future.
stuck in the ground with the person you hate.
well, but everyone's
While
like,
they
oh,
That's how it becomes vindictive.
and he never.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Because I feel like the people of the town don't realize
They
that.
don't realize that the staff is sentient and feeding just hateful words
Yeah.
into his noggin. I also like to think that the kid, like, was never married, just vibing by himself,
Mhm.
and became sort of the grouchy old dude at the bar, like never left the bar.
Yeah.
But was always
The grouchy
hero.
old dude, except he was like
The guy who peaked in high
24.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who, but everyone's like, oh yeah, she's always been like that. He's the guy who peaked in high school and never leaves the local bar. So,
Is the spoiler happy enough to be ruined by a stick?
Oh, I like it. The
He
red
looks-
accents really
he
did
looks
it.
too eager. Oh, that poor child. That kid's like,
Excellent.
that kid's got dreams of like getting his dream job straight out of college.
Yep.
Sparkles.
He worked hard. He worked at his dad's farm all the way up to pay for school. He made it through community college, and he's gonna strike out and make it big in the real world. And then we got to him.
Sorry, buddy.
He's the one who fished us out, so it's his fault.
Anyway, now that I hate that,
We're in
Yeah.
a grave.
we're buried with him. How big is the, like, what kind of, is it like a big pompous, like, oh, the hero of the town, or are we just buried in like, yep, he's dead and no one showed up?
Ooh.
What kind
I
of
think-
death? Or does he get a big fanfare because he was appreciated and we are not?
Yeah, I think he gets the fanfare.
No, he gets we're in like a mausoleum. We're in a
Yes.
crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Rad. So, how long do we stay buried with him? No time at all. A week? Or sorry, no time at all. A day, a week, a month, a year, or a decade?
How long does
I'm
it
leaning
take to
towards a
desecrate a hero's
while.
grave?
Depends on the conditions in the world.
How long do we want to wait before we're found? We choose how long we wait.
I'm leaning towards a long time, but
Yeah.
that's just
Do a
my
decade?
opinion.
I think
I want to do a decade.
Okay. So.
All was calm in the town after the werebear was dealt with the mud.
Smaller other were creatures. The forests are filled with these human-animal hybrids, and the staff has scared them all away. But time will pass. So, for my friends who are playing, if you want to pull up the decade track and have it ready to go, because as we rest, I want you to think about the silence and solitude of abandonment, and in this case, the grave. A decade has gone by.
Wow, I feel so old.
We are found by a new keeper. Erica, do you have a D20?
Mm-hmm.
How many here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 3 of us. I want each of us to roll a D20 twice.
2 times?
Yes.
Okay.
Separate results, please. We'll start with you, Josh.
I got a 9 and a 17. If anybody copies my numbers, I'm gonna make some mud.
Erica, you.
Fight mud.
Also, I'm seeing some stuff in the chat. Yes, this is something that Xilus whipped up for us last night. The audio is provided by the game, but the lovely visuals provided by Yield Xilus. So, thank you for doing that late at night. I appreciate you.
I felt inspiration for the first time in forever.
Where no one continues singing, or Disney will strike us.
You
Erica,
read my mind.
what 2 did you roll?
A 1 and a 4.
Good rolls.
And I
You're going last in the initiative track.
3 and 19. So, we are found by an abrasive spirit, distinguished by some threadbare and tattered rags.
Knowing what that list looks like, that is fabulous.
Wild, yes. They are driven. Sorry, they have astonishingly fast reflexes, but are disadvantaged by terrible visions of a dark future, but they are driven to become legendary.
Oh, they've got dark future visions. A spiteful staff is exactly what they need.
Yes, let's bring about the dark future.
Let's get this necromancy going.
So, we're found in this crypt after 10 years of resting by a spirit. Who is that spirit? Is he someone completely random? Is he someone we've met?
We haven't met that many people. I would go towards random, but hey.
Okay. Random
Been
ghost.
10 years.
Is this the bear? Is this the dead werebear?
I don't know. It's been 10 years. It could be.
Or is it someone... Is it someone who... So my brain goes, okay, young kid, dead. Grew up hearing stories of this famous wizard and the staff that gave him power. Does the kid try to break in and steal the staff, and that's what kills him? Like booby traps in the crypt.
Could be. I like that.
So
Yeah.
He dies, but then he has it anyway.
Because he falls down and he falls in. He falls through into the casket where we're waiting. So now we go from this young, hopeful kid to a gutter rat who has seen some shit and died in the attempt and wants to be a legend. Does the kid realize he's dead?
Think so.
I feel like that's the first thing we would point out to him. Would be like, you can't be here, you're dead.
Yeah,
I think he
whenever
has to know he's dead.
I think we tell them.
Oh, the staff can talk and it hasn't talked yet.
It can talk, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we had
And
10 years to sit by
sick.
ourselves.
It's sitting in this space with a person that it hates. And it just wants someone to talk to.
You have no idea how shitty it's been down in here. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I think we built all of the traps, like moving the furniture like 1 inch to the right
Oh no, like
to stub your toe.
The staff.
yes.
It's amazing.
The power of inconvenience.
Yes.
The second the kid leaves the room, he turns around like, I could have sworn I forgot something. Okay, so we're rescued by a very fresh spirit and a very young kid, young gutter rat, because I feel like in 10 years the town has gone downhill since we aren't around to protect it.
Yeah. There's a drought. The mud dried up.
All that mud dried up, and then all the were-monsters came back. Okay. So we write 2 questions about the keeper, one about them and their world. We kind of know where we're at in this moment. And this is, again, small podunk town, like, off on the coast somewhere. What does the kid do? What does our ghost wielder do with this staff?
Something bad because he's mad that he's dead.
I don't know if he'd be... I mean, I get him being mad, but, like, unlike this kind of, like, idealistic kid who's never encountered hardship, this kid is, like, his whole life is baked in hardship.
But he's dead now.
He's dead, but he wants to be... I think this kid wanting to be a hero is harder to tell him no. Because he's dealt with hardship before. This is... going back to our earlier example, this kid was like young and hopeful and like made his way through community college, and this kid grew up like dropped out of high school, maybe got his GED, like rough and tumble kind of kid.
Yeah. I think with this, the kid almost creates the problems that he needs to fix.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like he starts the fire for him to run in and put it out.
Oh no.
Because if his drive is just to be a legend and to be a hero.
Be revered.
Yeah.
Except he's dead, and most people don't take kindly to that.
To being rescued by a ghost. Does that change? Does that like... Do we make that change? What did he come in with the intention of getting the staff and being super powerful, and then he changes to a firefighter setting his own fires?
I think we make that change for him.
Oh God, we're a bad staff. Okay.
Go light that thing on fire, kid. You'll be fine.
They'll never... Listen, you can save that orphanage. There's only like 4 kids in it. You're quick. You can run through walls. I'll wait out here. Okay. Do we consider that? That's not really a valorous thing. We're just gonna... honestly, this sheet that says victory and valors, I'm just gonna put it away. I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Oh, okay. No victory
we're
valor.
We're just fucking... Because, like, the victory and valor is like a strong... your keeper defeated their bitter rival in a duel. Rescuing people, very much like D&D theatrics, and apparently we've just swung a hard 180 in the opposite direction.
I thought we were creating a villain.
That's a different game. That's the Slow Knife from Mousehole Press.
Gotcha.
Hi, Vancouver. Thanks for hanging out. This is a very different stream than what everyone's expecting. Everything's fine.
I don't know what anybody expected.
Okay, so we figured out kind of the world has been reshaped. What is the end result? Do people abandon this haunted town because there's a ghost running around setting fires to things? Is this the straw that like pushes everybody out?
Or does it just become like everybody's a ghost town?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a ghost town.
Ran out of people to murder in house fires, so now we're all just dead.
We ran out of people to save because they're all dead.
Oops.
I mean...
I'm excited to see who's going to stumble upon the undead town.
We'll get there. Okay.
That's definitely vindictive.
I really like that. That really nails it down. So
Staff killed the whole town.
We could do like you intentionally deceived or refused to help your keeper, leading to their demise, or you were broken, split, or torn into 2 pieces by your keeper, intentionally or otherwise. Either one of those seem like a really interesting step. Because, like, locked in a vault while counterfeits were made, put on display.
What if there were whispers that pulled this kid into the crypt that ended in his demise?
I like that.
So the
Staff
kid's
was
dead
all
again?
like, "Come get me, bitch."
No, so messing with the timeline a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Kid
gotcha.
died because of the staff
Because
pulling
we
him
called
in.
him in.
The staff wanted out. It knew what to do.
I did my time. I went out.
This episode brought to you by Slipknot. Okay, so we led to the dude's demise, but how do we rest again? Or do we rest very long? Did we just swap to a new keeper?
I don't think we want to rest. I think the staff wants to do things. I think it killed the whole town. Like, this ain't it.
Okay, so we killed the whole
Everyone will suffer.
Everybody suffers. What happens when everyone is suffering and can't take it anymore?
Is a hero sent in to exorcise this haunted ghost town?
Very strong. Ooh.
You say, if they're
Yeah.
all ghosts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think someone.
So we get so now there are 3 other pre-built options we kind of have. We are locked in a vault where poorly made counterfeits were sold to hoodwinked adventurers. You were thrown carelessly atop a huge heap of treasure, and there's another sentient item in the pile. You were put on display to decorate a wall, and you've rested there a long time unused. Because the hero thing, I like the hero thing. Someone comes in and drives, takes the staff, either a trophy or as a, either that was the goal, that was the target, or he went in, cleared out all the ghosts, and found the staff and took it home. Does he put it in a vault? Does he hang it as a trophy? Or does someone sneak in and just steal it, and then they just start making knockoffs?
I carelessly tossed into a pile.
Okay.
Like, this hero was just like, "Hey, whatever, here's another
Into the
stick."
bag of holding.
Yeah.
And then some other
Isn't that familiar?
anti-heroes
Oh, yes.
got word of that and were like, "We're gonna go take his pile." And they took his pile and they got the stick and they didn't know what they were getting into.
Okay. I think that sounds like our next keeper, honestly. How long? So we get thrown into a pile with another magic item.
With another magic item.
With another sentient magic item. What did we learn from this other magic item?
What did we learn from the other magical item?
Xilus, you're making a sad ghost boy.
No, you made a sad ghost boy.
We. You're just giving him a face that I have to look at and be sad because I'm like, I killed this kid. That's my one
Yeah, you
rule.
did.
That's my one rule. I don't kill kids. I'm like a Bethesda game.
What
Not
would
anymore.
a vengeful, vindictive, spiteful
The staff
staff
pushed you to do it.
Yeah.
or want to learn from another magical item?
Honestly, we don't have to want to learn it.
Well, it's just something that the magical item said that
Did you
we
learn
were
something
like,
about the rest of the world?
This resonates with me.
So far, our world has been Podunk Town, Ocean,
Wizard Tower.
Podunk Town.
Gay Wizard Tower.
Yeah, maybe about the rest of the world. That would be good.
Like,
don't
if
know.
this adventurer is going around collecting things and has, a vault,
Yeah.
surely they've traveled around and
Yeah.
gotten things from all over.
Yeah. Do we make this weapon be from another villain that he beat? like another evil
That makes
sentient item
sense.
that's just in a box, and he's like, just don't open that box. Okay, so he meets another evil sentient item. Do they get along? Are they friends, or is this the part where the item is like, I'm just petty, you like actually evil?
I think they have that relationship where it like looks like they hate each other, but really without each other they wouldn't know what to do at the time. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Tony. Yeah, fuck you. Love you, bro.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Me and all of my coworkers. So who is the villain that had this weapon? Necromancer, like, could be a, if we want to stick with our were beast things, is it another staff of the werebeast staff?
What if it was like an evil little fucking dagger and they strapped each other to themselves? Like, we're buddies now.
Yes.
I'm going with you.
Tiny stabby dagger meets big spooky staff.
Yeah, I think it's a little stabby stab.
Okay. So that gives us another change. Does that change a trait? Does that change just the appearance of it? Are we a modified spear now, apparently?
We're really just leaning towards evil at this point.
We're full evil. That's fine.
I think the dagger's on like the other end of the stick.
Oh,
like
it's
it's
on
not the ornament at the top, but it's the
stabby bit at the bottom. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
you got a bottom stabby bit. Way to complicate things.
Yep.
Way to make me draw everything all over again. Thanks for that.
What's it tied with? Is it just like, is it tied with it, or do we sit long enough that it like fuses with the staff?
It should be some kind of magical fusion. I don't know what that would look like though.
I still kind of like the idea that it's like tied together with butcher's twine. Like,
Yeah.
They found the 50 feet of rope that's in every adventurer's pocket, and they're like, I got
Twine
it.
and binding.
Yeah.
That works too. I like that.
So yeah, it's just like tied on with like butcher twine. I love it. Oh god, this is off to a wild adventure. Okay. So that is our second. We chose our first keeper.
What is Klaus saying no to?
He just said no, that was a bit ago.
That was a bit ago. I think I made a joke, or Klaus just vehemently disagreeing with what I'm saying, which is valid.
Surprise, I'm not paying much attention to the stream. I'm making sad ghost boys.
Sad ghost boy. Okay.
Look into his eyes, Curtis. You did this.
No, we did this. Okay.
I see.
So, how long do we rest this time?
In a pile of gold with our new buddy.
Pile of treasure.
I mean, it's got to take a little bit of time for two things without thumbs or any fingers to tie themselves together.
We can yell at
Magic.
We're magical. We're petty
We're
and spiteful.
magic.
We've magicked our way out of dumber things. Also, if we tell the twine of binding to tie the dagger to our butt, you know we tied it a little uncomfortable, like a little too tight, a little too uncomfortably.
Of course.
Yes. I feel like it's not super long. Like a couple months.
We could do a month. We could do a year.
Careful
feel
with
like-
that word. Might break the stream.
I feel like it's been a year.
A year. Okay.
Yeah. And then we start to get the itch to leave or to call
Something.
upon a new.
Something.
Yeah.
Will happen.
With the help of the dagger, we're gonna find our evil daddy.
Evil Daddy threw us out of a tower window a while
I need a
back.
new one.
That was Sad Dad, not evil.
Oh,
That was Sad Dad.
R.I.P. Sad Dad. Sad, comfy dad. Okay. All right. So we're gonna rest for a year. So if you're playing along at home, we'll be back in about 40 seconds or so. And we're back. Josh ran away for a brief moment. Oh no, why did you... now you're titling them. We have Sad Dad, Young Boy, Dead Boy. Anyway. So Erica, since you're here, it's just us vibing. Do you want to pick one of the 4 pre-built options they have, or do we want to do the roll 60/20s again?
I like rolling.
Okay.
I like making this even harder on us.
Everybody roll your 2d20s again. All right, Erica, we'll start with you.
15 and a 14.
Josh, roll 2d20s for me and tell me what you get.
I got a 19 and an 11.
And I got a 5 and 3. So, this particular friend, and I need to Google something very quickly.
Oh no.
Can't do that here.
Okay, that's what that word means. We are found by an aging chandler.
Like from Friends?
No, someone who makes candles.
Yes. Not anymore.
It is now Chandler, old Chandler from Friends. He's kicked most of the drugs, but he's back now. But an aging Chandler with glistening, inky black eyes.
Oh.
He has a cunning and strategic mind, but is limited by dulled and sluggish reactions. And he is driven to a singular purpose, to retire and leave this life behind.
This isn't what we wanted at all.
Guess what, buddy? You don't get to always pick who picks you up.
When we were talking to the Abyss, I specifically requested.
We could do an all-conquering warlord or a bandit king.
No, it's fine.
We could push
It's
the
fun.
Chandler for later. I don't know what's better.
It's fine and it's fun. It's just funny. Like the staff is like, I specifically requested
demand a piece of the darkness, and here comes this guy who's like, "Ooh, look at all of this wax.
I make candles and I want to retire.
I don't want to make candles anymore." Candles are silly.
He picks up the staff because of the dagger, not because of the staff.
I'm sorry, because of what?
He picks up the staff because of the dagger at the end, not because he actually needs a staff.
What a nice knife.
Cutting the wax and such.
Oh, I'm sure our dagger friend is very upset. He's like, I was destined for darkness and evil, and I cut bread.
That's the color you're choosing? Please.
Really? What a terrible taste. Ugh, you're using that fake peach extract again. That doesn't smell good when you burn it. It smells like
it's Ant-Man working at a fast food job vibes.
Yes, it is. It's Ant-Man and Baskin Robbins, 100%. Hi, I'm the great. Like, what's the? I'm gonna make an anime reference for like the second time today. There's one where like Devil works at a fast food joint, or like Satan works at a.
Devil's a part-timer.
There it is. Thank you. Okay, so our candle boy, our aging Chandler with these inky eyes. How does he get the staff?
That's a good question. It was in a pile of money.
It's in a vault, right? So they open up the doors and they're like, we should put some candles in here. And they're like, hey, just once a month, come in. It's like Skyrim where there's always a lit torch in the dungeon. He just comes around every once in a while and lights a candle. He like works for the hero, and after a while he's like, you wouldn't notice if I took something. That looks nice, but I don't have time to
That looks like retirement fund.
Yeah, I could retire with this. Takes this. He's like, he probably like, I like that he saw the dagger and was like, tried to undo the tie, and he's like, well, I guess I'll take the whole thing.
It's stuck forever.
He's like, well, this is fine. I'll take this with me. Is he going to sell the staff to retire? Or are we going to drive him to worse?
Oh, man. That's tough.
He is cunning and strategic, so I feel like we have a bit of an in with him, where if we spin things the right way, if we put the right petty twist on it, he'll be able to take those plans and run with them.
Yeah.
Do we make an evil candle maker?
Oh, perfect. You know what? How dark do we want to get this? Do I need
We've
to
already
bring-
killed 2 children.
Say it, sir.
Pretty dark.
I know where the bodies are buried, and we can turn them into candles.
Oh, God.
You don't have to pay for it. It's just over there in the graveyard. Just go pick some up. Just continue the grave robbing trend.
Yeah.
They're not using it anymore.
I like it.
I was like, how dark are we going? Apparently, that's how dark we're feeling today. So we drive this.
We're gonna make the old candle man rob some graves.
Oh no, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna hire people to do it.
That makes it all the better.
He's just collecting bodies. They don't need to know what for. I'm sorry, friends in the chat. This was supposed to be wholesome, and things derailed. I was all excited for cute, happy, like joyful vibes. Like, let's make a cool wizard staff that does cool.
We can't have
things.
that here.
And we immediately went to, like,
I'm here.
Breakup magic, and that is just descended.
Somebody please describe to me this candle maker a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ooh, candle maker.
Aging.
Ponytail. He's got a ponytail.
Oh,
why?
he's covering a bald spot. Yeah. Yeah.
With a ponytail?
No, because like he's pulling the hair from the
With a
front over
ponytail?
the bald spot to try and cover it.
Like he's bald in the back, like in the middle there.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
bald right here, but he's covering it, but you can clearly see through like the 17 wisps of hair that are covering it. Like he's doing his best, but it's not helping. You're not fooling anybody, Mr. Candlestick.
Yeah.
Oh, does the staff get a waxy human flesh adornment? Or is it bones? Are we grinding bones?
You know what? We'll come back to him.
Okay, so we know about them. What do we do? Do we make we are judgmental, we are vindictive, and what's our other adjective? Uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Yes, uncomfortable.
So
And striving to be evil.
how do using those, like, keeping in mind those three adjectives, like what does the Candleman do with our assistance that he couldn't do before?
Oh.
I also hate
There's got to be something magical in these candles.
Organ music happening in the
Yeah.
background.
I think. Yeah, I mean, the candles definitely have to have magic vibes. So it's petty. Is it the candles? All of his candles only melt halfway? Like, and not like.
They melt unevenly?
Yes. But there's just one side that's always up. It'll put him in retirement quicker.
That's true. 'cause they keep
Spiteful,
buying more.
uneven candle. Oh.
That's
And
way
you know what?
nicer
The
than what I was
staff
thinking.
wants the candle maker to retire. Like, come on, let's get this going. Leave me to be. Get your fucking
Just
candles
sell
done.
as many candles as you fucking can and get
Do it
out of
fast.
here.
It could be the most garbage candles made of bones and whatever else we found. We're retiring and you're selling me.
Or
Us. There's a dagger now.
yes. Or do we get impounded when they find out he's grave robbing? And we get put in like a.
It gets sent back to the Horde.
Or if not in the Horde, we're just in like a city guard municipal lockup.
I like the lockup.
Okay.
Staff gets
Yeah.
there and some swords like first time.
You've been here before. I've been dead for centuries. Meanwhile, his dagger buddy. Does his dagger buddy get is evidence and is kept in a different room? Like.
So
I don't think they're unfusable.
I have coated the dagger and twine with wax.
Oh,
On
so
the
we're,
end of
we're
this
trapped.
staff.
Okay, we're trapped together.
Yeah.
It's forever.
We're just sealing the deal.
With sealing wax.
That was a bad joke. You should be ashamed.
Yes.
At this point, really, that's the thing I should be ashamed of. Let's turn the children into candles. I said bodies, not children. I made it about the children.
You took that.
I have to add wax to this dead boy?
If he's half melted, I wouldn't be mad about it.
We might lose the few viewers we have right now.
Sorry, I tagged this is TTRPG. Should I add a horror tag?
At this point, maybe.
But maybe.
Okay.
Alright, so back to this boy. Oh man.
What does our Candleman look like? Yeah,
Like
definitely.
a nice candle man.
Like older, heavy set, like very round features.
Just make him look like Chandler, but old.
So
I
Chandler right
I
now.
have no idea
Yeah. I don't know what he
what
looks
that
like.
means.
You know, either.
He did not age well. He fattened up. Matt LeBlanc, however, aged quite nicely. I don't know.
Does this
what
look like a man who could go commit grave robbing?
Yes.
Tell other people to commit grave robberies. He doesn't. He doesn't do the grobbing himself. The grobbing, grave robbing.
New words.
New words. New words today. Hi. It's me. I'm the problem.
So he gets caught, and then we get impounded.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Which we could do an artifact question. You've seen the true nature of magic but refuse to reveal its secrets to your keepers. What are you afraid they would do with that knowledge?
One more time.
You have seen the true nature of magic, but refuse to reveal its secrets to your keepers. What are you afraid they would do with that knowledge?
Is the staff masquerading as a nice staff? Like, oh no, I'm great. We're happy. We're happy to be here. Please, Mr. Law Enforcement, we don't want any trouble.
Hello, officer.
We made candles.
Or if we don't want to answer
Pretty
anyone,
ones.
we can go back and tweak one of ours. We can change our honorific.
What do we
can
change about
our
that?
name.
Our name? Oh, we could change our
Or
name.
descriptor. Instead of being the unbearable. Right? That's what we're called? The unbearable staff.
Yes.
I feel like
See,
deceit should come in here somewhere.
Deceit is good. I like the idea of the staff being a wannabe evil staff, but then it got locked up with some actual evil staffs, and it was like, oh shit.
I'm the tough guy until I
I'm cut
actually
out
get
for
locked
this.
up, and I'm like, oh no.
Scared straight program for magical
for magical tools.
All right.
Well, because we've done a lot with ghosts, and we've done a lot. Is it like the tether, the remain, the thing that keeps the dead around? Because like ghosts are always tied to a place; they always have a reason to stick around. Or there's like the staff of the remains, or yeah, that's too wordy.
Yeah.
The memory staff.
Names are so hard. Why did we bounce back to names?
It has to be perfect.
Or the name is just whatever our evidence tag is.
Yeah.
We're no longer the unbearable staff. We are Exhibit A.
Go with it. That's fun.
Yep. We've been demoted.
I was born for chaos. Exhibit A. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not take it out of the bag. Or you'll really feel like you have to pee and you really need to sneeze. Because I like the idea of the Scared Straight program, and he's like, yeah, I was Exhibit A, and then he rolls up into the artifact lockup, and it's like, oh, that's the Necronomicon. Whoops. Book
I'm
of
out of my
Wild Deeds?
league.
Not for me. Sorry, dude, you're too hardcore.
Yeah.
That so we get lost in lockup. How long are we in lockup? And do we know what happens to our keeper?
Is our keeper at this point just the long dick of the law?
The Candleman, the previous keeper.
Our previous keeper.
Individual rather than the person who was using us rather than the person who's just holding on to us.
I feel like somehow we'd know what happened to our keeper. Being stuck at
Eventually the attunement just wears off.
Yeah.
And other items keep coming in that are sentient. Like, yo, did you hear about that candle dude? His trial's going crazy.
Well, because we're a piece of evidence. We'd be at the trial.
True.
Yeah.
We sitting in we're sitting in our corner of lockup, eating our magical gruel at a table by ourselves, and we just feel the connection just snap as he's executed for grave robbery and other grosser deeds involving tallow.
Yeah. I think that it ends, and the assumption is just, all right, well.
Okay. How long do we rest? How long are we in this lockup? A month, a year, a decade, a century, centuries.
Are we just forgotten about in the back of a courthouse?
How long are we
for a long time? Like until the courthouse was burned down or demolished? Or
how long does that take?
I don't know. Depends. It could be a long time.
I feel like it's another decade.
Another decade?
I'll go a decade. Go a decade.
Let's do a century, because there's two other pages that I get to use if we use a century.
So if we do a century, is the courthouse gone when we get back? It's like,
we'll find out. But yeah,
okay.
it's like the courthouse is demolished. Something changed drastically, because we're gonna use the because we have shifts in currents, which is like empires falling and heroes just no longer existing, or dust and rust, where we are just slowly worn away over time. So we're doing a century. So we'll be right back after a century, everybody.
Wow, I sure feel old again.
A century has passed.
Undead.
Do we want to talk about the rise and fall of civilizations, or do we want to be damaged in some way?
Ooh, just from sitting around.
Sitting for 100 years.
Definitely some wear and tear.
Yeah, just sitting in the back of a closet somewhere with a bunch of brooms neglected.
So, Erica, roll a d6 for me.
4.
That one doesn't really work because we're not alone. Roll again.
My D6 really wants it to be 4, Curtis. 2.
Dude, try again. How about another 4?
A vital part of us deteriorates, and no amount of restoration can return us to our former utility. How does this fundamentally change our primary purpose? What does this change about us, and what changes?
What if the notes and the more obvious tethers to the original heartbreak?
Time heals
What if
all
they're gone?
wounds. The notes just can't be read anymore. They're just pieces of paper.
Just left bitter for no particular reason.
Yeah.
Maybe judgmental turns into bitter.
Ooh.
Bitter or nihilistic?
Nihilistic. Oh boy.
I know we've gone dark.
Why are you
Listen,
jumping the shark?
It's the nihilist, Donnie.
I like bitter, personally.
That's fair. I'm throwing out ideas. They can't all be good. Most of them aren't.
Not the nihilists.
So the notes inside are just smudgy ink, old waxy like onion skin paper. You can't read it anymore. I love
They've
it.
been shredded by time.
Yeah, the edges. Yeah, it's just fucked. The whole thing's fucked.
It was from the start, but it's even worse now.
Yeah, now we're bitter and we can't remember why.
Yeah.
We can't remember why we're mad about it, but we're mad about it.
We're a bitter old man. No idea why. We're just bitter.
So
Stay off my lawn.
we're stuck in this catalog. Let's roll some more D6s or D20s, friends. Let's see where we end up. I'll go first on this batch. Josh, what are your two?
13 and 7.
And Erica, what were yours?
5 and 19.
Rad. Okay. So, in this context, Sublime, not the band. Oh,
Not the band.
no.
Oh god.
yes.
We
Do we have to look up another word?
Yes, because I'm bad at this. Sublime, in this context, we are found by a sublime knight. Decked out in ritualistic, vibrant body paint. This knight, Sublime, is basically like the paragon, like genuinely. Oh, like something sublime, like finding the descriptor, like a great person. We are found by a genuinely good human.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
He's
got the Sublime Sun on his armor.
Yeah, he does. That's just dead in the center of his chest. He's got the band name tattooed across his back. Covered in ritualistic, this vibrant paint. He has foresight, possibly supernatural, but he has foresight of what's coming. However, he has impulsive and short-sighted desires. He can see the future and he goes, I want that.
He can see the future.
He's
and
got
he goes,
ADHD.
I don't have time for this.
He's got ADHD. I really think
I'm going to get waffles.
Yeah. However, he is driven, this made me laugh, to win freedom for those he loves. She loves. Sorry, let's mix up the genders a little. Should be a lady knight. This Lady Knight.
Lady Knight.
Finds
Good Lady Knight.
This Lady Knight finds us in the remains of this courthouse. With, are we the only ones left? Were all the really, truly evil things taken away and we're just grumpy? Just grumpy and bitter?
Yeah.
I feel like we're there with other grumpy things.
Some
more grumpy than us.
Got
some
left behind,
grumpy.
so now bitter and grumpy about
We're
it.
picked last for dodgeball.
Like there's some slippers in there that are like, meh. It's just...
I hate feet.
They make you kick every corner of every piece of furniture.
We get along great with the slippers.
Yeah.
We're left with the misfits.
We
a
are
sword that's floppy.
A sword with no bones.
Careful what you're saying. Internet.
I don't understand how that could possibly be taken out of context.
Nope, never.
Too
No
many,
amount
too many.
of context can fix that.
So this knight finds us
among the Isle of Misfit Toys.
What do they and why do they look for us? Were they looking for us or did they stumble onto us?
I say stumble. Nobody's looking for this.
Okay.
You know,
So
they stumbled in.
okay. So why did they take us and not anything else? Or did they take other objects?
Well,
It was us or
Now-
the slippers.
instead of stumble, it could be a knight using ancient tomes. It's like, this thing's good at killing bears.
I need to make so much mud.
I think maybe they had a premonition, kind of.
This staff will be important. There is something important here, and I don't think it's these ruby slippers of inconvenience. The
Or
slippers
the
of
dagger
stubborn.
of healing.
I have a gun that shoots jam. Poor guy just like put water in there. Anyway, we're not getting into that. Brief aside, have I told you my horror story about Rudolph and like those series of movies?
No.
Never watch them on an Ultra HD TV. Because you can, when they upres it, you can see the thumbprints from the animators when they're manipulating the models. Mrs. Claus
That's cool though.
Mr. Claus has a big, gross fucking thumbprint in the center of his head when he's eating
Beautiful.
dinner. I could probably steal the
amazing.
owner's identity off of that thumbprint. It's real gross. Anyway,
Wow.
neither here nor there. So we get picked up by this knight who had a premonition of what? That something important was here? right?
Yeah. It was like one of those like
sure wasn't
hazy,
the jam shooting blaster.
one of those hazy premonitions that were just like flashes.
Something important.
Is there something more important in that space, but we get picked instead out of confusion?
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it
100%.
Yeah. Is it the dagger that's important and we're just along for the ride? Because that would make
It
me
might
extra
be.
bitter.
Every time.
Yeah.
They're always
always
after the
want
dagger,
him.
never the staff.
They always want him, not me.
Yeah.
Okay. What do they need the dagger for? What do they think they need the dagger for?
I think it's a ritualistic dagger that they're
It's
told.
like a full-on sacrifice dagger.
Yeah.
Is it a? Ooh, have the werefolk taken over? And that
I think-
explains like why because like we've had such a shift. It's been 100 years.
Yeah.
Like
It could be lizard folk by now. Who knows?
could be lizards. maybe the underground lizard people came up and were like, we're in charge now. I want my knife back.
We're running this.
Is the dagger necessary for some evil
Stopping
ritual or something, and the way to stop it is by taking it out of the equation?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's gotta. So poor Daggy is like, I have purpose again, and we're like, but I can make them think they have to sneeze.
Sneeze.
Okay. Yeah, dagger. I like that. The dagger is part of a ritual. That the lizard people are we cool with lizard people? Is that where we've gone?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
So lizard people come up in the last century, which probably explains how the place got wrecked in the first place. This Knight of the Sublime Order has moseyed up. I can't think of a Sublime song off the top of my head to call her, but she gets the dagger. She rescues it. She can see the future. She wants to win freedom for the people she loves, but she has impulsive and short-sighted desires.
Good intentions, but ADHD.
And oh boy, we're the kind of tool to really fuck with that.
Yeah.
So what do they accomplish with their short-sightedness, our bitterness, and whatever magic we have?
That is a good question.
Because they're
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we convince them to do the ritual?
If you do it before the others do, they can't summon the evil entity.
What does the ritual do?
That's a good question. I've got good intentions. See, if we give someone with good intentions bad intentions, then they're just going to throw us in a pit somewhere. Or not.
Oh, I like the ritual idea. I like the idea that they are getting all of this magic together into one place and channeling that power into one of them. They're basically trying to like bring a deity forth in the body of someone else. This person wants to save other people. it's so easy to be like, what are you going to do with this dagger? The longer you have this, the more dangerous it is. Just do the ritual yourself and be the deity. Be the god you want to see in the world.
Yeah, bring back the dead. They'll fight for you.
Use that power.
You make the right choice. Like, why are you going to trust your bosses to tell you what to do? Why do they know? You have the power. Do something about it.
Yeah.
So they ascend to... They finish the ritual with us. We help them do the ritual, and the last step is to like plunge the dagger into the heart of whatever it is you're going to like put this deity into. This is really awkward, like a 4-foot piece of wood sticking out of her chest when she gets stabbed. But where does that leave us?
I think this is probably the first time that we've really been appreciated.
Yeah, we bring the victory. We drive them back. Like we pump all of this phenomenal cosmic power into our knight, and she goes and fucks shit up. I count that as a win. I will count that as a win for us. I get to use the victories page. Amazing. So yeah, we get a win. We get appreciated. I also like to think in that moment, the intelligence in the dagger flows into her.
Mm-hmm.
And we are alone again. The dagger is still like tethered to us, but we are alone. For the first time in a century.
Was the dagger keeping the deity or whoever powerful entity in check? They were stored in there, so it was released during the ritual?
I think it was part of I think that's the channel. I think the dagger was the dagger as a tool was enough of a component in the ritual and a direct linkage to that power that the item itself established sentience just because of the amount of energy and like power and proximity to it. But once it like dove in and was reconnected with the rest of this lizard deity's power, the dagger we know is no more. Or maybe the dagger is still there inside the knight. I don't know which is more interesting.
We lost our friend.
Guess who's alone again?
But we've been appreciated, and we understand sacrifice in a way that we haven't had before. Is the dagger still there? Are we friends with this dagger and just never admitted it?
I like the dagger.
Yeah, I think they were a buddy.
Okay. Sorry that I'm immediately like, let's make this super tragic. Great. So we'll keep the dagger alive. But the dagger is
the dagger.
Yeah.
Oh. But the sentience is gone from the dagger.
Right.
Because that is now in the human.
Yes, the sorry, when I was talking about the power, the intelligence, the sentience, the sapience is gone from us. We are alone in our staff, but I don't know if the sentience is still present in this new demigod.
I like the idea of the dagger trying to talk, but it's coated in wax, so it's just been going for a long time now.
I think maybe that's why they keep us around, is because the sentience has been just transferred.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. Okay.
They never really needed us. They needed what was on the bottom of us.
I'm trying to think. What does that change about us? What trait does that change? Does that change a trait?
We currently have uncomfortable, vindictive, and bitter.
Yeah, I think we start to warm up a little bit.
I agree. We're still uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. I think
That
vindictive.
can never change.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lose vindictive. What do we replace it with?
Words are hard.
Passive aggressive.
Are we back to petty again? Well, because like if we've
reverted,
if we've moved, we finally have appreciation. People finally appreciate us for what kind of what we're doing. We set out, and the dagger is someone who the intelligence inside the dagger also appreciates us and is sharing that with the world. I also feel like if we are the staff being carried around by a lizard cultist demigod, revered might be a good word.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We could still be uncomfortable and bitter, but we can be revered while we do it.
Or do we have a god?
I was going to say
now?
proud.
Like way too proud. God complex proud.
Confident.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
Your arrogance. Boy, we are just running through all of the negative synonyms. This is a lovely time. So now we're arrogant.
Here's what we're looking like right now. It's kind of fun.
Nice, fun stick. I like it.
What a good fun stick. Okay.
Still working on this lady.
On our lizard goddess. So what? How long do we? How are we lost?
From Lizard Lady?
Yeah. How long do we
get buried again?
How long do lizard ladies live?
She's part god. How long do you want her? Or are we like kind of?
Oh, it's been a very long time. What if it's a very long time?
Like a millennium?
That's a long time. I don't know how long.
1,000 years.
Sounds forever.
1,000 years, baby.
1,000.
That's a lot of years. The lizard people ruled for 1,000 years.
I mean, we could.
I'm about it. I don't care.
Yeah.
1,000 years go by, and we sit in the seat of power, finally revered, finally appreciated for what we can do. Granted, we are also connected to basically a lizard god, but we're finally appreciated, and that matters to somebody. So we're going to rest for 1,000 years how are we? They rule for 1,000 years. Do we become an ornament after a while? Are we a staff of office rather than an actual tool of power?
Yeah, I think it's symbolic
More than anything.
more than anything.
Because
We're the symbolic staff of spite.
Okay. So after 1,000 years, we eventually just kind of end up in the council room, hanging above the throne, and we are left. We're not used anymore.
We've fallen into a cushy lifestyle for evil weapons.
Yes.
We're just hanging out. We're vibing. See, I told you all there would be vibes. It just took us 1,000 years. And the rise and fall of lizard folk. Anyway.
After 1,000 years, we're like, this ain't so bad.
This ain't so. This is the life. All right,
I could get used to this.
We'll be back.
And then
after-
something happened.
We'll be back after a brief millennia. Don't run away. All right. Welcome back after 1,000 years. In that time, with no hate, there's bitterness, sure, but there is no petty drive. There is nothing to keep us hating. I think one of the options we can pick is from the Dust and Rust page, is we dull and we rust and we fade. And I think we had kind of talked a little bit in between having the staff just slowly crumble, all the little shattered pieces of glass. Now that there's no spite, there's no anger to drive it. It just kind of starts to fall apart over disuse and time. And the glass starts to flake away and the pieces of paper fly out from inside. The whole thing just kind of cracks over time, and over that 1,000 years it just crumbles down to nothing.
It's because of the oat milk. It was pretty unstable.
One last question.
It curdled.
That's
Oat
not
milk
what oats
does
do.
go bad. It just takes approximately 1,500 years. But a question for the two of you. What would the
Walnut,
sad
what?
dad think of us as we languor in comfort and paradise, as we slowly, the magic that kept us going has basically been outlawed and fizzles away and fades into nothingness? What would our creator think of us?
I picture Sad Dad at this point just on a beach somewhere with his wizard beard, just not giving a second thought at all to this thing he made.
He wouldn't think about us at all.
He threw it out a window into the ocean.
What do you think, Erica?
I think if you were to see us again, like running into someone from 10 years ago and be like, oh, I haven't thought of that person until this very moment since I saw them last. I think there'd probably be like a shock and awe. Like, you were supposed to be trashed, and now look at you.
We weren't supposed to make it.
Yeah.
We were a reaction.
If anything, we were supposed to end up in the hands of a spiteful maniac. It didn't happen.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry to let you down.
No, you don't let me down. Everything's great.
Yeah. what do you think our last thought is before the magic that keeps us together sniffs itself out? Snuffs itself out.
It's another Slipknot song. Our last thought.
Doesn't have to be a sentence. It can just be a picture. Mental image.
That is tough.
Thank God this is over.
Or is it sad? Like, I was gonna take over the world. Now
I
look
had
at me.
plans.
I'm on a wall.
I think it's reflecting on its time from being tossed out of a tower window.
Thinking back those those 15 odd centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinks of his sentient dagger knife friend.
Great, our staff went from evil to sad.
I have a way to make it. I have a way to make it sadder.
Oh, Curtis, go. You have not caused emotion.
The last
Melon.
thought. You start to hear the tinkling of glass up at the top of the staff, and the pieces of paper one by one start to flit free and blow out the empty council chamber. And the last thought that runs through our heads is, I forgive you. And that is the break.
All right, well, it's Wednesday. Curtis is causing emotional damage.
Capital T.
And is our normal Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's the ending.
Just rude.
I forgive you. Snap. And it just falls from where it's mounted on the wall. It just shatters, and all that glass comes tinkling back down to the floor.
Into a puddle of expired oat milk.
Yeah, that's the right emotional damage for today. I've done my job. Chris and
Good
Rachel,
job.
You guys thought you were getting away from it this week. Incorrect. So yeah, that is Artifact. That is a bastardized and truncated form of Artifact.
It was bastardized, all right.
That is what Artifact can do, and it is great to just vibe with and zen out and play. So if you liked what we did, if you want us to do more random one-off kind of RPGs and stuff like that, with all the OGL nonsense, we kind of want to branch out and do some different shit and show off some of the cool smaller things that are coming out. But yeah, and Xilus, thank you for throwing that in the play along command. If you want to check it out for yourself, click on the link, go check it out. There are community copies, but if you can't support the artist because they are genuinely cool people doing really cool things. If you want to see us do more of these, let us know. Ping us in the Discord, tweet at us, do whatever. But we want to mix it up a little bit when we can and play some different games and do some different things. That's all I have for this spiel. Erica, we have Fall of Mortu tomorrow, correct?
We do.
Episode 3.
Yes. Episode 3.
So we'll we'll be back at 9 p.m.
9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern.
And then Josh, as our representative from the Idiot's Guide, are y'all playing on Sunday?
As far as I know, we are playing on Sunday. The Sunday following, we will not be playing. I can guarantee that.
So we will be playing. Y'all will be playing the 5th, not the 12th.
Yes.
Great. That sounds wonderful. However, our regularly scheduled Ash and Shade game will be back on the 8th, where the gang is about to fight a very grumpy hag who knows a lot more about them than they really wished.
And that's okay.
And that's probably okay, says the guy who's not in the tent with the hag.
I'm gonna rip that tent off, pull it off like a magic cover, like ta-da!
like you're doing the tablecloth trick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that for you. But yeah, until next time, this has been an interesting chance of TBD. Also, Xilus, thank you very much for the gorgeous art and making us feel things. Yeah, that's such a good, it's so broken, it's so sad. Do you want to give us a visual recap of what the hell happened with your on the pad?
Sure. So we have our full cast of characters here, our variety of keepers. We've got our sad dad, who's maybe chilling. We've got our sparkle son, who's absolutely dead. Our dead boy, who's definitely dead. The waxy man, who's super dead. And then our lovely lizard goddess. She'll get her own title in a moment. Let's see. The unbearable staff, no longer unbearable, no longer has a name other than Exhibit A, which that's probably died as well.
We never gave it a name.
It was just the stick.
We never renamed it. The stick it is.
It is. It's the stick, and that was its job. The pretty stick.
The stick. Yeah, we're bad at names.
Uncomfortable, arrogant, and bitter to the end.
That hits
until the spite, finally releases it.
A little bit. All right.
There we go.
And there we go. Thank you, Xilus, for your wonderful art and for joining us for this. Erica, Josh,
I had
for
fun
going on this adventure with me as we figure out how the hell this thing works and how, if we do this again, how to do it differently. Maybe I don't run it because apparently my goal for everything is grim and dark. So I think
I was the problem here.
I think the fact that we led with a breakup instead of it being like, this is a weapon for good and justice, and we're like, no, this is a pure reactionary breakup choice.
But I started that. I was the problem.
It was a bold strategy, Cotton.
You may have pushed the boulder, but we definitely added to.
Yeah, we definitely did try to slow it down. But that's what cooperative storytelling is all about. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for hanging out. And we will see you all in the future. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.